Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you guys having a great Tuesday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. This week is the week of He-Man, so starting this week we're going to be looking at every version of He-Man that has come out for the Origins toy line. Ever since his debut figure back in 2019, which is this one right here, to his most recent figure, which is the cartoon collection figure that we just looked at, the Filmation style, there has been 17 different versions of He-Man in the toy line. And so this is going to be like a three-part series, okay? Part one, we'll look at 5 of the figures right here. We'll look at their packaging as well, and artwork, and all their armor, and their face sculpts, and everything comes with. I'm also going to include Anti-Eternia He-Man. So it has to be He-Man in the title, okay? So no fakers, no He Skeletors, no $1. It has to be He-Man, only He-Man in the toy, okay? In the description in the toy, okay? That's the only rule here. All right, so this is the first 5 figures. So this is gonna be like a 3-part series, okay? Because like I said, He-Man is. And we're gonna get more in the future. We're gonna be getting that Ninja Turtle version, that mutated version from the Turtles line. Hopefully we'll get like Laser Light Sword He-Man, and maybe I still hope we get that Dolph Lundgren movie version of He-Man as well. So I'm sure we're gonna be getting many more versions of He-Man coming very soon to the channel. And at the end of this 3-part series, I'm going to give you my top 3 so far of He-Man that I like in the collection for myself. Alright, so here you go. Here's the first 5 we're going to be looking at. We got the retail version right there of He-Man, Wave 1. Of course, we have this version of He-Man, which was his introduction, or of the toy line back in 2019. We have him part of the Lords of Power right there. Then we have Battle Armor He-Man. And then we have this version of He-Man, which is the re-release with the standardized, head, which is different from this one here. I hope this is gonna be a lot of fun, guys. We did that week of Skeletor. Now it's the week of He-Man. All right. So no particular order, guys. Let's get the big guy out of the way first. Let's get the Lords of Power He-Man right here. There you go. We're going to take a look. And we'll look at the other figures too, but for the most part, it's supposed to be only He-Man right here. If you give me 1 second, guys, if I can pull this guy out. This nice little cover right here you can take out if you wish. Get a much nicer, close look at the figure right there. Of He-Man right there. Of course, they went with, which is kind of interesting. They went with the more, vintage style head than the, and I get with it, and I'll show you in a minute about the Wave 1 first version of He-Man that came out in retail. But they went with this style head first, in this, because it's supposed to mimic, I get it, because it's supposed to mimic the Lords of Power toy line. If you're not familiar with the Lords of Power, this was the first working title for the Masters Universe. This was, what they're going to be calling the Master Universe, which is called the Lords of Power. And so, if you remember back in the day, they used to have these big, giant store, books that you can, there was no internet, okay, back in the 80s. And we had to use catalogs to purchase our toys or anything. So there's a number, we'd call the number, we would tell them what, so this would have been on page, like, in the toy section, like, 350, and there would be a number, we'll give them the call, it would be Sears or JCPenney's, Toys R Us, and we would call, like, hey, I would like to purchase, this Lords of Power, right here, and, like, number, give us the number, and, okay, what would you like, and so, we say, like, 1 please, or 2 please, okay, and this is where the Lords of Power, this is what they looked like before. This is before even like Filmation, kind of, okay, cartoon came out. But there's He-Man. And what's interesting about this He-Man, is that I don't think the camera's showing it, but he has a much pinker tone to him in this version of He-Man right here, and the skin. But there he is. There's the first He-Man right there that's been released, or the second one, I guess. All right, next one. Let's take a look, of course, at his introduction figure right there of He-Man. Now, for this version here, they went with the, the retail version. Let me see if I can get him out of the thing here. Get a much closer look at him if I can. I don't know. He might be taped in. Okay, there we go. So here's a nice look of He-Man right there. Of course, they also added that same head sculpt right there. Extra pairs of hands right there. And what's really interesting about this He-Man is I think he's the only one, I might be wrong, that has the dagger. I think after this one, I think they removed that dagger feature in the toy line. Maybe this is his mini comic book version. That in the mini comic book version, he always had the dagger in his leg right here. And I kind of get what they were trying to do with this version of He-Man. I think they were trying to give us that Filmation style feel with the long hair. But there's He-Man right there. Comes with his power sword. I'm sorry, power sword. His axe. Sorry, power sword. Power axe. Or axe, sorry. Shield. Love the background here. Of course, there's... Show you also the amazing artwork is for these two as well. Close it up right here. And then there he is with Battle Cat right there. Beautiful. Amazing artwork with the Spirit of Grayskull right there. Very, very cool, guys. Beautiful as always. There's a nice shot of him right there. Alright. And then this right here, I'm going to close it up here. This kind of represents those old style, like, what do you call it, like, chests? Not chests, like cases, I guess. Back in the days, we had, these types of cases that you could put all your figures in. And this is supposed to represent that, which is really cool. Of course, there's He-Man right there. Taking on Skeletor. Alright. Alright, put this out the side here. Alright, next, let's take a look at the first version of He-Man that came out in retail. This is Wave 1 right here. And like I said, with the, the 2-pack He-Man, I think I understand what they were trying to go for. I think they were trying to give us that Filmation style feel in some way with the longer hair. It's something about the face sculpt I just don't, care to like, I don't really like. But there he is. Of course, the Red Rocks right there, vintage Red Rocks, giving us that 80s style feel back in the day, that we can remember as kids. Masters Universe logo came out in 2020, right here. Wow, it's almost been 4 years, just about. Wow. Right, put it right back with some more amazing artwork. The figure. There he is. Now, the fans had cried out, and Mattel answered, and gave us this Wave 5 re-release of He-Man right here. So it's the same exact figure, okay? Everything's the same body, all that, of course. Same chest plate. Of course, as you see, the only difference is between them is that they gave us that kind of more vintage style head, okay, to his Wave 1 head. Now, let me ask you something like this, because I do have a vintage He-Man here, right here. Now, do you really think that this right here is, like, is it the same as this right here? I mean, 80s version He-Man right here, head sculpt right here, to the more modern day He-Man. Do you think that is, accurate? Do you think that's actually the same head sculpt from the 80s right here? There he is. I don't think so. I think, this one is a little bit different in the face. Now, if we got this head sculpt right here in, an upcoming Origins body, I think that would be amazing. But I really, maybe because the darker skin tone, maybe of the hair, because it's sturdier, it's older, it's been out, for over 40 years. To this one right here, maybe it was much more blonder and golden. Maybe it would be the same figure. But I don't know. There's something about the face. Like this face is a little bit more narrower right there, skinnier, lengthwise. And this has a more, it's a little more plump and fat. I don't know. So let me know, guys. What do you think? Like, do you really think that these, this is, the 80s version right here, and then this is the more modern, What do you think about that? All right. So, of course, this, like I said, the same exact box. Only difference is between the, this came out in Wave 5, this is Wave 1. So you see all the Wave 1 figures has come out, and this is all the Wave 5 figures for Origins. But the same exact artwork as well. Like I said, this is part 1 of a 3-part series. So if you don't see a He-Man that, on this video right now, don't worry. We're going to look at every single one of them. All the exclusives that came out. All the deluxe figures. All the, 4-packs of, with him, with all the Snake Men. Him with that Battle Cat. All the 4 versions of He-Man that came out of the Mattel Crisis. Everything. We're going to look at every version of He-Man, including Anti-Eternia He-Man, on this, this series. So if you haven't seen it, your particular He-Man you like, or see, don't worry. I'm doing them all. So, so don't worry, guys. All right. And like I said, there's so many He-Mans to come. I like to get that Slime Pit He-Man, that full green version of He-Man. I like to get, Laser Light Sword He-Man. I like to get the Dolph Lundgren version, the movie version of He-Man, hopefully. Of course, we do know for a fact we're going to be getting that turtle crossover He-Man, that mutated version, or He-Man very soon, because that style is also Origins. So there's still a lot of He-Man coming. So is there a particular He-Man? I'll see this in every video coming up. Is there any particular He-Man that you are looking forward of getting in your collection, guys? All right. But there we go. There's He-Man from Wave 1 to Wave 5. All right. And finally, guys, we're going to take a look at Battle Armor He-Man, the first deluxe version that came out in the Origins toy line. Of course, there he is for the 2021 right there. Battle Armor He-Man. A nice glamour shot of the figure right there in action. It's like, you can see that it's like, and I did a gripes video, like letdown. You can even see in the photo here, the wide, he's right here. I even have Battle Armor He-Man right here. You can see, once again, so how wide his chest plate is, his action call-out plate is, to a much, maybe, like I said in that video, I hope maybe we'll get a Filmation style version of this, a much wide, like a re-release of that much wider look of that action call-out with the action damage right there to his chest plate there. But even the artist itself gave us that same vintage look of the 80s version of He-Man, on the box. So anyways, but here we go. Excuse me, guys. So we have, extra hand. So this was the first time, that we got the secondary head sculpt in retail, okay, that gave us that more vintage style look of He-Man. Because after this right here, after this deluxe figure, for every He-Man from now on, after this figure, we got this head sculpt as the main head sculpt in the Origins toy line, okay? Except now with the collection, with the cartoon collection, of course. But, the retail, all the, other deluxe figures, I guess I could say. And got the style of this head right there. Got the axe, the powers, the full power sword. A nice action blast coming, they can put on the power sword, of course. There's the figure himself again. Look around back. There he is. Some amazing artwork of the figure right there. With Man-at-Arms right there. Of course, like that vintage action call out, and when you touch the plate right there, it does transform. It does, show damage to the figure. Of course, there's the cross-sell of all the figures that we've done. I've done every one of these on the channel, guys, if you wish to go back and check it out. All right. So there is Battle Armor He-Man. All right. That's the last figure for this video here. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll put them all back up here. We'll do our closing remarks. All right. Hang on. All right. Just put these guys right here. Like that. Like that. Beautiful. Put him right here. Where's him right here? And there we go. All right. So this is part 1, first wave of 5 figures. All 5 He-Mans right here so far. All right, guys. And also, after this, like I said, I'm going to give you my top 3 figures so far in the Origins for He-Man for me. And then the next, and then we'll look at all the figures of He-Man in the Masterverse line, okay? So, like I said, this is the week of He-Man, all right? We're going to show him some love. We gave Skeletor his moment to shine. Now it's He-Man. It's the champion of Eternia, the future king. That's another figure I would like to get, too. Like, King He-Man, I think that would be really cool to get. So, is there any particular, like I said, is there any particular He-Man that you would like to get, in your collection, that they have not released yet? But there you go, one more shot. Alright, guys, I'd like to take time out to thank my subscribers. If you made it this far in the channel and subscribed, please subscribe, guys. I love talking with you guys all things Masters of the Universe. Like the Origins line here. Right here. Like the Masterverse line. Like the CGI line. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. And thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you doing that. And hit that notification bell when you know we'll upload new videos. And tomorrow, we'll be doing part 2 of the He-Man series here. Of looking at all the figures for He-Man in the Origins toy line. Okay, so I can't wait to look at the other figures coming up very soon. Share this video, guys, who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Like the Origins line here. Like the Masterverse line. Like, like for over 40 years of this incredible product, guys. So, classics to 80s to Super 7s to 2000X. I mean, there's so many I can't, it's crazy. It's amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing, Can't wait for more figures to come out for Origins and Masterverse. Can't wait for the Turtle line, And I think, and everything. I just can't wait, guys. It's so cool. So, guys, hope you guys have a great Tuesday. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care, guys, and have a good one.